Hey guys, what's up? It's a funny old world, this chess malarkey. I just had a really good lesson with Richard, and we decided to step out of his comfort zone because he tends to be solid, conservative, and whatever. And we played some risky stuff against the Antonio bot, 1500 rated bot, going down a piece and a pawn, and yet emerging victorious because we weren't just looking at material, we were looking at activity. We had bishop pair, much more active pieces. Really interesting lesson. And now Colin, aka Jose Raul Capablanca, if you see his comments on this channel, has sent me another game, which so this is the No Way Jose game. Let me take you through it. All right. So Colin's got the white pieces, and we get into a Caro-Kann. This is actually what I had over the board the other day, Monday. Was it? No, it's Thursday. Thursday, and I got like a dream position, and then absolutely screwed it up. Okay. So Caro-Kann, and Colin's playing the von Hennig Gambit. Okay, with bishop here. We've given up a pawn for the time being. And the von Hennig continues with these moves, and you're hoping for... Now, this is the most natural move for black. The best move for black is actually bishop f5, but nobody plays that move, right? So here you've got a couple of options. If you're playing bullet, you can play knight e5, the oh no, my queen line, and then bishop takes f7 is checkmate. Obviously, Colin doesn't do that because he's far too sophisticated. Okay, so bishop takes f7 is also just very good, and now we can win the bishop. That's the point. Now, so here we get to a common starting point. The most common move here for black is actually to trade knights. Then notice that our queen then still defends this. So if this knight's back on here, queen can't take that. Okay, very active queen, no f pawn, king's already moved. It's not going to be pretty. Okay. But this is the second most common move by black, and I'm going at the strong intermediate level here. Okay, so black is just worse. This is natural. Okay, most players with the white pieces castle. I think this is what Colin does as well. So I'm actually doing this in whatever mode preview on interactive lesson. Okay, because I've added this game to my von Hennig study. This is the point. And I can share that study as well. All very good stuff. I need to study it more myself as well. Okay. So yeah, this is not common. H5 is played a bit. This is kind of a rare one. And here we're not going to trade off and simplify. Okay, so what does we want to do? I think it's now queen e2. Yeah. So the computer liked queen d3 more because that would be checkmate if you can get the queen into g6. Okay, but we've pinned this pawn here on the e file. We've got pressure against the king here. You know, it's okay. Black now develops his own queen with a couple of threats, also targeting this pawn as well. But you've got to understand this about my friend Colin, who by the way, is like a visiting lecturer on Chess Bootcamp Live. He's done 5 or 6 sessions now. So yeah, most months we get a bonus session with Colin. So Colin's like 2000 rated rapid as well, has been playing chess competitively for over 50 years and still comes up with craziness like this. Anyway, and you're saying, it's not that crazy so far, Hunty. Well, wait. Just wait. Right? Okay, so we've got pin pawn and a new position. This has never been seen before. Now, so what would you play here? Because I can't remember what Colin played here. But I can always do view solution. So to me, I mean, king h1 is a fairly natural move at any point. I think the move he plays is this, yeah. So it's a little bit on the unusual side. So apart from anything else, we've just hung our pawn. We've just blocked our queen's view of e7, right? We are kind of half suggesting this, or threatening this. So it's a slightly awkward one. I mean, the bishop could have gone to either of these squares as well, but hey, hey, hey. And black takes the bait. Now, a really weird move. If we saw the eval right now, the eval isn't on, but the eval is like +3 or something for white. But all of that is about to change because Colin plays now knight to a5, which is actually a blunder, right? But this is the point. This is the point, and this is really the point of the video is that you're playing human beings, right? You can do all the preparation you want against engines, okay, but most of us, most of the time, are playing against human beings, and they don't think like computers, and they don't have the memory of computers and whatever. This is an odd-looking move, right? But only if black finds the best move, queen b5, offering a trade of queens. Okay, he's a pawn up right now. Okay, getting the queen off the board would be good for black, right? The second best move is this, which is what black actually plays in the game. And now we see the point, right? Now the knight comes in here, okay, and we're threatening this pawn, we're threatening this knight, and whatever. But if you just get a feel for this position now, right? Black's king is still in the middle of the board. And these pieces are now just starting to close in. They're circling like sharks, you know. And this king's going to start sweating now. And something is going to break. And it kind of does. You know, black finally has to relieve the pressure of the knights. Now everybody and his dog is going to recapture here, right? But no, not our friend Colin. No, no, no. Colin does something else, right? Everyone's going to do this. And I need to try and remember what it was that he actually did. Pawn c3. What? Okay, we're down a piece and a pawn. But we're playing against humans, okay? Now, what if queen takes it? If queen takes it, I think we just might win the knight back. And that hangs the bishop. No, that's okay. Right, but yeah, remember, this is human moves, kid. Name that film. Now, that's a tough one. Human moves, kid. Okay. But he's set a man trap here, right? Because we're playing men, not machines. And here we have knight takes bishop, okay? Now, white to play and win. We can win by force here, okay? Notice this knight here as well. And this is the genius of the game, right? The only way to slow down the end really would be to block with g6, queen takes g6, check. Eventually the king's going to have to come here. What is the next move? Knight to e6, check. Also covering this escape little hole here. And then finally, boom, bada, boom, checkmate. Yeah, and that is how you win against flesh and blood human beings, man. That is beautiful. Surprising, 2 blunders, but it's not a blunder if you're playing against humans. And that's the point of this. You know, this is an organic game. You know, we play human beings. We don't cheat with engines. Yeah, that's a beauty of it. I mean, you can watch all the Grandmaster games you want, you know, online. People knowing 20 moves of theory. But you know, this is for the players. I think that's what I love about it. Now, you know, I've had a tough couple of days because I really did suck. I had my opponent over a barrel on Thursday night. He's the only young kid as well, and we had a von Hennig, and he actually had his king on g8, which is, you know, again very, very high risk of checkmates. But I just kind of buckled, right? I didn't play the right. Oh, go on! I'll show you the game. I'll show you the game while we're here, right? Because it's absolutely vile. Okay, so yes, 50 moves. We might not look at the whole thing, right? But the von Hennig, okay, and we have fully accepted, and I did it. I thought about going, oh no, my queen, right? But that would have been like a 2 minutes. This is a 75 plus 15 game. And he goes king g8. That's not the best move, right? In fact, it says forced. Why is it saying that? Multiple lines 5. Why can't he go e8? He can. He can go e8 as well. But it's only come up with one line here for some reason. Anyway, the king goes to g8. And the point is that you get your queen on that square. And it's actually mate. So I take the bishop back. And we have knight to here. Now, I had a really good think at this point. And I then came up with the best move, queen e2. Why is that the best move? Right, well, queen e6 here would be checkmate. Right? Now, but then I was calculating, what if he pushes e5? And then I was going to do this, right? Now I had to think about if we trade ski or all that on C, but then I came up with this. And I figured that this actually also wins by force, right? Because again, it's check here. King can't move. Queen can't block. The only legal move is this, I think. Knight d5. Then I take with that and I'm threatening a basically discovered double check and mate sucker, right? Double check and mate sucker. Name that quote. Where do these things come from? Okay, anyone who gets that, you get a gold star. Gold star for that one. So, yeah, this would be devastating. In fact, what it's saying is the king has to come out now. But he didn't play that. I thought he was going to play e6 or e5. But he didn't. He played h5, and it's +3 here for me. Okay. Now I can come in queen e6 check, and I do. Right? King's forced here. And now, it's saying retreat the knight. Retreat the knight, I'm better. Centralize the knight, I'm better. Okay, I trade off. And this is a really tough one. Because that's really the point at which the game kind of fell away. And if you see what happens, now he captures away from the center, but his king isn't in that much trouble. I mean, at this point in the game, he's kind of holding his head in his hands and thinking, oh, this is an absolute travesty. I've used no time. I've got more time on my clock than I started with, right? Because I know I'm, well, maybe not at this point because I took 5 minutes over this move. But, you know, this is like the body language of someone who knows he's really on the ropes. But the boy fought really well. And I buckled. So he does this. I get in the check, which isn't right. And now, you know, these are the moves. But this is a tough thing. So, you know, I kind of just simplify the game. Most commonly played moves here are knight e5, h3 actually has been played 4 times by white. And knight e3 has been played, right? And white just wins nearly all the time, right? But hold my beer. Because now takes I castle, right? But it's +4, right? I've got almost no advantage. Where's my advantage gone? So and then he starts to contest. Okay. And now it's +4.8 again. But here's where I screw up another time. Because I figure that after this, I force the queens off, right? After queen takes, pawn takes, his thing has to move. And for some reason, I thought I had a rook on here, right? But notice at this point, it's literally there, right? This is 14 inches from my nose, right? Is that, and, but I know, what can I, you know, I shat the bed. Takes, and then I go, oh, I haven't got my rook there. But this then gives him time. Because I thought if my rook was on there, right, there, I push, bishop's trapped, I win. Do you know what I mean? But, come on. Right, anyway. And then, no, at this point now he's fine. He's absolutely fine. So anyway, we won't go over it. You know, he knuckled down. He did a great job. I went up and, you know, I congratulated him. I went and congratulated his mum as well, and said, you know, the boy fought like a Trojan. I mean, it wasn't an epic game. It felt like an epic game, you know, but that's over the board. That's what's so great about it. Anyway, so there you go. Bit of tragedy and comedy there in the von Hennig Gambit. Still absolutely love this line, and I'm going to keep playing it. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.